What's up, guys? I just released a new pack of brushes for Procreate. Although pack of brushes doesn't really seem like it encompasses what this is. So what it is a succulent builder kit. It is a bunch of stamps, individual succulent leaves that you can combine really quickly to make an infinite number of succulents. There's also pre-made succulents. So if you want to just get to the part of coloring, shading, painting, you can use those to speed up the process that much more. So I'm gonna be walking you through how to use the building kit. So let's get into it. When you import the brushes, there's 5 different brush sets. There's this succulent centers set, which is a collection of pre-made center clusters and smaller leaves. There's full succulents, which can help you get started faster. And then there's 3 different groupings of leaves. And you can often interchange some of these, particularly the Pacuvaria and Echeveria leaves, because they are more pointed. The Aviferum, probably butchering that, are more rounded, and so that is why they are separate unto themselves. So when you're building a succulent from start to finish, a quick way to get started is to pull a center cluster. So for this, I am choosing center cluster 4. And my process for working with these stamp brushes is to put everything new on a separate layer and then merge what I'm using below. So I'll demonstrate that here. With stamp brushes, because Procreate is a raster-based program, it's always better to start larger and then decrease the size, because those pixels will compress smoothly, but they won't increase as seamlessly. So stamp out the center, and then you can use the selection arrow to reposition it. Here I'm going to put it generally in the middle. And then I add a new layer. I'm going into the Echeveria panel, and I'm going to start with 39 here. And again, I'm on my separate layer. I'm going to tap once to stamp, and then I'm tapping the selection arrow. I'm going to resize it slightly, angle it, and position it. Triangle here is the indicator for the outside of the leaf, and then tap to deselect. While the layers are still separate, I'm going to use my eraser tool. Right now I am putting it on the hard airbrush, size 14/16. And I'll erase the triangle, and then I'm also going in and erasing the overlap. And then I'm going to pinch to merge, and then I'll add a new layer and add my new leaf on that layer. This helps keep the layers contained. You can certainly keep them separate if you think that you'll make adjustments. I think it's cleaner to erase as you go and merge. It helps if you have layer limits. Erasing the overlaps helps keep what you're drawing clearer. So all of the leaves, the stamps are positioned according to where the leaf will go. Here I'll select leaf 10, still on my new layer. I'm increasing the size to 24, and then I'll tap once. I'm going to increase the size a little bit, and my arrow is pointing down, so I know that I'm going to position this so that opposite of the arrow is the inside. Does that make sense? When I'm adjusting these, I make sure that I have uniform and magnetics turned on so that it stays proportionate. On this one, I will erase the triangle, but then I'm going to go into the layer that I have the rest of the leaves on, and I'm going to erase that overlap. Then pinch to merge, add a new layer. I'm going to choose the first one, size at about 35, tap once, and this one I'm actually going to rotate 180 degrees. Erase the overlaps, and pinch to merge. Add a new layer, choosing leaf number 8, the size set to 23%. Tap once. Add a new layer. And as I'm adding these leaves, what I try to do is keep things relatively balanced. So it's not symmetrical by any means, but I want to have a relatively even number of leaves all around. Oftentimes you'll see the center portions, the clusters of leaves in the center are more straight up and down, and then they open up and spread out as the leaves get larger and older, so to speak. So there in this set are included some that will help you achieve that look. One that I've selected is number 7. I have the size set to about 32%. Tapping once, repositioning. And now, after I merge these layers and add my new one to work on, I can tell that I'm going to want to add a leaf here, probably another one up here and over here, and then maybe an additional one on this side to balance out, because right now I feel like it's a little more lopsided to this side because this leaf extends so much. So then when I'm selecting my next leaves, I know to look for the ones angled in those specific directions. Here I'm choosing leaf 9. Increase the size 30%. Here I'm choosing leaf 27, size to about 27%, tap once, and I'm going to angle this a little bit. Switch to the eraser. Pinch to merge, add a new layer. Now I'm choosing leaf 48, the size at about 30%, tap once, rotate. Erase the overlap. Pinch to merge. So I think this looks pretty good. The beauty of this set is that you can create essentially an infinite number of succulents. And a lot of these leaves, you can use the triangles as your guide, but you also don't have to. So if we take, for example, here, the triangle indicates that this side should be out, which means that this one would be in the center. But you can just as easily rotate it and use this as the outer edge. So the triangles are there for a guide, but not a rule. From here, you can decrease the opacity, add a layer on top and sketch over it, or just color it in. So that's it for how you build the succulents. In my next video, I'm going to be showing you how you can paint, shade, some tips on coloring in a watercolor style. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you guys enjoy this kit. If you get it and you post on Instagram with it, be sure to tag me. I love seeing what you make. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I put out new videos every week. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.